Hello everyone, this is Manjula Athane, HOD of Computer Department at Praveen Patil College, Bahindar. As you remember, we were started second unit, that is swings in Advanced Java Programming is the subject of CO and IF department. First video of unit 2 swings is already uploaded and videos of unit 1, that is abstract window toolkit, is also uploaded. Kindly watch that videos and come to know. In this video we will see the remaining components of the swings. Here we will see the what exactly the J radio buttons. The J radio button class is used to create radio button. It is used to choose one option from multiple options. It is widely used in exam systems or quiz. It should be added in the button group to select one radio button only. Constructors of JRadio button. The first constructor creates an unselected radio button with no text. Second constructor creates an unselected radio button with a specified text, that is name of the radio button. And third constructor creates the radio button with a specified text and selected status. If the status is true, then the radio button is already selected. If it is false, it is unselected. Here we will see the J radio button program. First you have to create the class, and what is the class name? Radio button example, and then you are creating the constructor of this J radio button example. In that constructor we are creating the object of the frame, that is F is the object of the frame. Once the frame is created, you are supposed to create the J radio button objects. Here R1 is the object of the J radio button 1 and R2 is the another J radio button you are created. And what are the name of the radio buttons? One is given as A male and B female. So set bonds is used to place the location of this J radio buttons. And once you have created this J radio buttons, now you are using this button group. This button group class is used to select only one option among many options. So you have to create the object of the button group. Here BJ is the object of the button group, and add the radio buttons, that is R1, to this button group object bg dot add R1. Like that you have to add the another radio button also. Once you are added to radio buttons to the button group, and add this radio button to the frame. So what is the radio button object here? R1. So F dot add R1 and F dot R2. Once you are adding the radio buttons to the frame, you have to set the size and make set visible true. I think radio button is clear. Here we will see the advanced swing component. So one of the advanced swing component is tab pen. The JTabPen class is used to switch between a group of components by clicking on a tab with a given title or icon. It inherits JComponent class. TabPen is a type of component in which group of folders can be represented together and particular folder can be selected from the tab. Here in the below figure you can see that the TabPen. Here group of folders are there: main folder, visit folder and help folder. Each folder has a title. These are the titles: main, visit. This folder has a title. When the user select the particular folder on the tab, then only it will be visible. One folder can be displayed at a time. Here we will see that constructors of JTabPen. The first constructor creates the empty tab pen with a default placement, that is stop. A second constructor creates the empty tab pane with a specified tab placement. Using add method, the folders can be added to the tab pane. The syntax of this add tab is void add tab and string str component object. The str represents the string which will be displayed as the title of the tab. Here in the example here shows visit is a tab you are adding, and then the second component is a reference to that component which should be added to the tab pane. Here P2 is the component panel object. You are adding this visit tab to this P2. Following are the steps to use tab pane. The first step is create an applet. Suppose you want to add the tab pane to the applet, create the applet. If you want to add the tab pane to the frame, create the frame. And next, second step, create the tab pane object. And next, create a content pane. Next, step 4, place the tab pane to the content pane. And last step, define the components of the tab pane. In the next, we will see the example of tab pane, how we use in the program. Here we will see the scroll pane. A scroll pane is used when screen size is limited. We use scroll pane to display large component. The scroll pane is a rectangular area in which some component can be placed. So here this is the what component you have placed in this scroll pane. The component can be viewed with the help of horizontal and vertical scroll bar. Here the horizontal and vertical scroll bars are there. Using the scroll pane class, the component can be added in the program, and the scroll pane class extends the JComponent class. Here we will see the constructor of scroll pane. The first constructor creates the empty scroll pane with no viewpoint, where both the horizontal and vertical scroll bars appearing when required. The second constructor creates the scroll pane that displays a component within it. This JScroll pane always shows the horizontal and vertical scroll bar only when its components contents are larger than the viewing area. We will see in the example how these constructors are used. Here in this slide, a overview of the creation of the scroll pane is shown, and next slide we have written the entire program of the scroll pane. Just pause that video and compare with this overview. For that, first you have to create the container object, and next you have to create the object of the panel, and in that panel the components which you want to add it, you can add the components in that panel. Suppose you want to add an image on the component, you can create the object of the image and add to that particular component. And after that, adding the components to the panel, you have to add this panel to the scroll pane. And this scroll pane is having horizontal as well as the vertical scroll bars. And after creation of the scroll pane, you have to add the scroll pane to the content pane. So you have to compare this overview with the next slide. Here in this example, we created JScroll pane. In the previous slide, we have explained the overview of the JScroll pane. First you have to create the object of the container, then you have to create the object of the panel. Here object is my panel, and then we are adding the control, that is JLabel, into this JPanel, and we are adding image on this label. That's why we are created the image icon, that is I. After this creation of the image icon, you have to set the icon for that label and add this label to the panel. Whichever the components you want to add to the panel, you create the object of that component first and add the component to the panel. Once you add the component to the panel, you have to add this panel to the scroll pane. See here, my panel. And this scroll pane is having horizontal and vertical scroll bars. These are the constants we are shown here. And once you created the JScrollPen object, add this JScrollPen object to the contained pane. Here we are using the border layout. Whichever the layout you want to use, you can use it. Here we will see the trees. Tree is a type of component that gives the hierarchical view of data. User can expand or shrink the nodes of the tree. In Swings, trees are implemented using the JTree class. This class extends the J component. Here figure shows that how the tree looks. Here root node is root and child 1, child 2 are the child nodes of the root node. Using the default mutable tree node, it creates the tree node. Default mutable tree node root, it is an object, new default mutable tree node, and what is the name of the node? True. And then true means this node is having the child nodes. And default mutable tree node C1. C1 is a what? Which object? Node, that is child 1 is the name of the node, and what is the object here? C1 is the object. You are adding this child node to this root node, that is root dot add C1. Like this you can create the child nodes. After that you have to add this root node to the JTree object. Here tree is the object of the JTree, and after that you have to add this JTree to the contained pane. Here the steps: make use of applet for implementing of the tree program. Suppose if you are adding the tree in the applet, you create the applet, and after that create a tree node with root, child and grandchild nodes. Create the contained pane object, add the JTree component on the contained pane. Here the entire program of JTree is written. Just pause this video, go through the program. Creation of the root node and child nodes and grandchilds. And after creation, you have to add these nodes to the root node. And add this root to the JTree and add this JTree object to the contained pane. Just pause it and go through this. The next advanced component is JTable. Table is a component that arranges the data in rows and columns. The JTable extends the JComponent class. Here the first constructor creates the table with empty cells. The second constructor creates a table with specified data. We will see in the example. Here we will see the example of JTable. In this, first create the object of the JTable having the argument, that is data, and the column names. And after that, creating the JTable, add this JTable object to the scroll pane and add this scroll pane object to the contained pane. Here we will see the progress bar. Progress bar is used to display the progress of the task. It is normally used while creating GUI for downloading a file. In Swing, we use JProgressBar class for creating the progress bar. The first constructor, it is used to create a horizontal progress bar. By default, the progress bar is horizontal. And second constructor having the two arguments minimum maximum, it is used to create a progress bar with minimum and maximum value. Here we will see the example of progress bar. In this example, create the progress bar with minimum and maximum value. See here we are creating the progress bar with minimum and maximum values, and add this progress bar to the frame. This progress bar object is PBAR. So here you are adding this progress bar to the frame. But to make this work, for that we have to write some coding, that is delay we are adding by using this sleep method. So in detail, in practical, we will see that how it works. Last topic in Swings is MVC architecture. MVC architecture follow the MVC design pattern, and they separate the application logic from the user interface when designing a software. As the name implies, MVC pattern has three layers, which are model layer, view layer and controller layer. Model layer represents the business layer of the application, view layer defines the presentation of the application, and controller manages the flow of application. So it is, for the exam point, it is very important. They will asking which layer is a business layer and which is the presentation layer, like this. You should remember, by seeing the figure only you will come to know that how it MEC architecture works.